Have you ever felt rushed in your 10-minute warm-up before your match? Do you feel like you just aren't prepared to start the match after that short warm-up period? Or are you really just confused about what you should actually be doing during that 10-minute warm-up to utilize your time best? We're going to go through the entire 10-minute warm-up with you right now, showing you exactly what you should be hitting to get the proper warm-up before each and every match that you play. There are two sides to the 10-minute warm-up. The first is the logistics of what you should be doing during this time, and the second is what you should be looking for from your opponent. I'm first going to take you through what you should be doing time-wise for these first 10 minutes, and it all starts with a 2-minute rally down the center of the court, as you can see Kevin and Ian are doing right here. Your goal is for the ball to bounce between the service line and the baseline, and to keep a consistent pace down the center of the court that both of you can control. You don't want to try to win the warm-up. You're looking for a rhythm and a good pace so that you can keep the ball going and really warm up your ground strokes. You're going to be hitting a lot of ground strokes, so you want to get those warmed up. If you miss, just like Kevin did there, just restart the rally and don't worry about it. Now we're going to move into 1-minute volley to ground strokes. Okay, that's going to mean that Ian is going to hit volleys and Kevin is going to be hitting ground strokes. The volleyer's goal is to make the volley land between the service line and the baseline consistently so that the ground stroker can do his job or her job of getting the ball back at chest level to the volleyer. You want to find, again, a consistent pace so you can keep the ball going. You're not trying to blast the ball at the head of your opponent at this point in time. You're trying just to keep the ball going and get warmed up on your ground strokes if you're the ground stroker again, or your volleys. Once you're ready for overheads, you can see Ian pointed towards the sky, meaning he's ready to take some overheads. Okay, during this minute of volleys and overheads that you have here at the net, you really want to make sure that you spend some time on the overheads. Often we just hit 1 or 2 and then we're done. But it's important to warm up your arm and feel confident that your timing is where it needs to be if you get an overhead during the match. Again, you're not trying to kill the overhead, you're just trying to get it back down the center to your opponent. After that 1 minute, now you're going to see Kevin moving up to the net. This is when you're going to spend the next minute with Kevin hitting volleys and some overheads, and Ian hitting some ground strokes. So as the ground stroker in Ian's position, his goal again is to keep the ball chest height to Kevin so that he can keep a consistent volley rally, and the volleyer's goal is to get the volley back between the service line and the baseline so that you can get a good, consistent rally going and really get those volleys and ground strokes warmed up. And when you're ready, then you'll ask for overheads. So if you're Kevin, like I told you before, your goal is to hit the overhead back down the center, warm up your shoulder, and keep it going. You're not trying to hit a winner on the overhead. If you're in Ian's position, you're trying to lob the ball back up. Using continental grip, you're just blocking the ball up to a good position. Most points end in the first 4 balls that are hit. That includes the serve and return as the first 2 balls. So these are very, very important to warm up properly in this 10 minutes. In fact, so important that we designate 6 out of the 10 minutes. 60% of the warm-up should be designated to serves and returns. So often we just serve from one side, deuce or add, hit a few serves, the other person stops the ball, hits a few serves, and then we're done. No, that is not how this warm-up should go. You should be having one person hitting serves, the other person should be hitting some returns. Missing a return in the match is just like double faulting. You don't want to do it, so why not warm it up when you have the opportunity? So one person serves from the deuce side, the other person hit returns as Kevin was doing. Now, then, once you feel warmed up with that, about 1.5 minutes or so on the deuce side, then you switch. And the other person is going to hit some serves and you hit returns from the deuce side. Now, once you feel comfortable with that, then you can switch sides and you're going to do it from the add side as well. It is very important that you don't skip the return part of this warm-up. So often, like I said, we just work on the serve. But it is so important to not neglect that return as well. So no matter whether Kevin makes the serve or not, Ian's going to focus on doing a great return cross court or down the middle. That's his goal. He's aiming. He's trying to get it back towards Kevin. He's not trying to hit a winner down the line. He's trying to control the return to really work on the timing. Once we're done with the deuce side, then we'll head over to the ad side and we'll do another 3 minutes of serves and returns. So Ian's gonna serve here for about 1.5 minutes to really get his arm warmed up on this ad side. Your goal as a server is to not try to hit bomb first serves. You wanna warm up your serve, continue to focus on the placement, warm up your second serve as well as a few first serves, but you're not trying to ace your opponent during this warm-up. You're just trying to get your timing and your arm warmed up and your mindset ready to hit serves when you start this match. Now it's Kevin's turn to warm up his serve for the next 1.5 minutes. This is the last 1.5 minutes of the warm-up, so Ian's really going to focus on the return here, and he's going to focus on getting it down the center or cross court like we talked about before. Now that you understand these 10 minutes and how to utilize them best for your match, I want you to go out there and use this the next time you're getting ready to play in your league or just for fun with your friend or in your next USTA match. It's really important that these 10 minutes you set the tone for how you're going to play in your upcoming match. Stay tuned in because we're going to show you next time what you should be focusing on when it comes to your opponent during this first 10-minute warm-up.